Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Embers and Insights. I'm Chris.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we're going to do a brand overview, a beginner's guide, if you will, for Plasencia Cigars. I'm smoking for the first time the Plasencia 151 Cosecha. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Cosecha?
Cosecha.
All right.
As far as I know.
Cosecha.
Sounds right to me. And I am smoking the Plasencia Almafuerte, which is one of my personal favorites.
Did they name this cigar after Adriana's dog, Cosette?
I don't think so. But damn, if that's the case, it may die quickly.
Wasn't breathing. What was it, barking?
What was he barking? He sat on it while he was high.
So you were gonna say something before I interrupt you about the Soprano quote. What were you gonna talk about with the brand? Are you familiar with the brand?
So yeah, I am a bit familiar with the Plasencia brand. So Plasencia has been in the cigar industry for many, many years, and I don't want to say most recently, but they are starting to dive into the more premium selection.
What were they before? More boutique?
They were more so just providing tobaccos and different types of, leaves for other cigar companies, and they wanted to branch out and start to make their own premium cigar.
Really?
Yeah. So funny thing enough about the Almafuerte, when I first started in the industry, this was one of the cigars that kind of put me on my ass.
Really?
Yeah, I was smoking the Salomon size of this, and I was sweating.
Really?
I was sweating.
I've only ever had from Plasencia. I've only ever had the Alma Fuego.
Okay.
But I had that like a lot.
Yeah.
I think it came out. I think it was at PCA 2019. And I think after PCA into 2020, I was smoking that cigar religiously.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really dove into much of it, so I feel like this guide is going to help me out. Although I'm not a beginner cigar smoker, I am new to the Plasencia brand.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Cosecha has always kind of been on my radar.
Yep.
And I appreciate you letting me try it. And I also have had the Alma Fuerte as well.
Yeah.
But really the Alma Fuego and the Alma Fuerte are kind of some of my they're some of my go-tos. So.
Yeah, they're my personal favorites too. The Alma Fuerte, the Alma del Fuego, those are my personal favorites. But Plasencia has cigars for whether you're a beginner, whether you're a seasoned smoker. I mean, the Cosecha is a great cigar for anyone starting out if you don't want to go, too far deep in the full-bodied cigars. They also have the Alma del Campo line, which is another great intro cigar for beginners as well.
It's kind of crazy. It looks like it's been around, the company itself or people within the company have over 150 years of experience with cigars, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I believe they started back in 1865. So they've been
and they originated
tobacco.
from Cuba, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think they originated in Cuba, and like whether it be with the embargo or just things shifting during that time, they ended up going to Honduras and Nicaragua as well.
Yep.
Right. So we'll give you a brief overview of what cigars we recommend for the buying guide or for the guide for beginners. This was written by one of our writers at cigars.com, kind of giving an overview of what, if you're looking to dive into certain things under the Plasencia brand, these are where to go. So I would say probably the first cigar that's best for beginners is the Plasencia Alma del Campo.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
It's a Nicaraguan Puro, medium-bodied, very, very smooth from what was researched and what was written. It's rich and complex, and I feel like when you get a Nicaraguan Puro, you're either going to hit a spice bomb or it's going to pair perfectly with a cup of coffee.
Yep.
Some flavor notes you'll detect while smoking the cigar are coffee, nuts, subtle sweetness. More like when subtle sweetness, I always say like chocolate or coca.
Yeah.
That's kind of always under there, or like maybe some cinnamon, right? That's kind of what I would get with that.
Yeah, a little bit of spiciness too every once in a while. I know we both retrohale a lot, so we definitely get a lot of that spice on the retrohale. And another thing that Plasencia cigars are great with, and the Alma lines or any of their lines, is they always have a flawless draw, and the construction on them is just impeccable. I mean, it's very rarely that I'm smoking a Plasencia where I have to relight it, or that the wrapper's canoeing or anything along those lines. I mean, they're flawless.
Like, I don't know if Tyler's gonna keep it in and make me look like an idiot. I dropped this cigar.
Yeah.
On the laptop, it was bouncing around like flubber. And it's not, there's no There's no dinks in it. There's no chink in the armor. It looks like it never was that, you know. Then you're fired. But it's veiny too. I really like it. It's veiny, and like the wrapper and the construction look beautiful. So,
yeah,
you know, for a beginner, I would definitely try the Alma del Campo, and any other cigars under the Alma line as well. I would definitely say maybe make your way up to the
Alma del Fuego and Alma Fuerte, but the Alma del Campo is definitely the perfect cigar to start with from the Alma lines. And another thing that's very interesting about Plasencia is that since they've been in the tobacco industry for so long, they have access to some very rare tobaccos that you'll find in some of their cigars, you know, from the Ometepe region and places like that as well, that you don't see in your traditional Nicaraguan cigars. So that makes them very special.
I like that. The next cigar you should try if you're a beginner cigar smoker and if you're looking to dive into Plasencia is the Plasencia Reserva Original. Yet another medium-bodied cigar that's a Nicaraguan Puro, and you're gonna get some of the same flavor notes as the
Alma del Campo.
Alma del Campo.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think this one, you know, you're gonna get hints of nuts and chocolate and more sweetness. But between this cigar, the Plasencia Reserva, and the Alma del Campo, I think you can't really go wrong with either or to start off. I know we just said, you know, don't really start off on the Fuerte or the Fuego. Like, gradually build yourself up to do it.
Yes.
I think these two cigars right off the bat would be good to start off with that.
Yeah, they're nice, they're approachable, and they're enjoyable and provide great flavor throughout.
The next one for beginner, hey, it looks like we did our research or something.
Yes, sir.
It's the Plasencia Cosecha 151. Now, this one is, to me, and I would love you to either not debate. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I don't see a lot of Honduran Puros, maybe more recently. This is a Honduran Puro. Although it's from Nicaragua, this has a Honduras wrapper, binder, and filler. And this is more medium to full-bodied. The other two were more medium. I'm not really feeling the full-bodiedness just yet, which is good. The reason for the name, the Plasencia 151 Cosecha, is kind of celebrating the 151 years of harvesting tobacco for the Plasencia family.
Yep.
And it is, like I said, it's strictly crafted with pure Honduran tobacco.
And I think it's a follow-up to the Cosecha 149 line as well, which is another great smoke.
Yeah, I had that one too. That was the band was silver and black, right?
Yeah,
I've had that.
Silver and I think, or maybe like bronze. I think it might be bronze.
So I basically lied to everybody. I have had my fair share of Plasencia.
Yeah, I mean they're hard to come by.
Yeah,
but, you know, when we get our hands on them, we're definitely smoking those bad
I guess
boys.
when you're doing reviews or you're doing other videos, you just go, I'll smoke this, you know.
Yep.
But this is very smooth so far for being a more medium to full bodied. The wrapper is dark brown. It's beautiful. And I'm getting notes, you know, it's still kind of in the first third maybe, but I am tasting wood, or like when they say earth, like floral, you know, you're tasting kind of like, I don't want to say dirt because that doesn't sound really appealing, but you're tasting the tobacco net, you know, you're really tasting the tobacco.
Tasting the you know, the earth where the tobacco came from.
And it's not as spicy as I would imagine, but I'm sure as I continue to smoke, I'm pairing it with a water today. I know a lot of people say don't do that. But I'm sure I'm gonna hear that. I'm gonna get the spiciness on the back of my palate. But no, this one is I think this one, if you get a chance to try it, to get it, definitely this one.
Absolutely. Plasencia also has a 5 and a 6 count box sampler that we sell on cigars.com. That is great if you want to get your hands on maybe the stronger cigars like the Alma Fuerte, or if you just want to start off with the Alma del Campo or a Reserva Original. It's a perfect thing to start your way out instead of buying a full box, and just to test the waters with Plasencia and see what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're getting into cigars and you're trying to smoke more, it's between a good balance of maybe buying a few singles or buying samplers. So if you have kind of developed your palate a little bit more, I would say you've been smoking consistently for the last 6 months, then I would say definitely, and you're still considered a new cigar smoker, right? I feel like you're kind of considered a new cigar smoker up until that 2 or 3 year mark.
I would say
of consistently smoking. So anywhere between 6 months to 3 years, this pack would be great for that because they are more medium to full bodied, right? So
agreed.
if it was any other type of brand or cigar that maybe would have other options, Connecticut broadleaf or Ecuadorian Connecticut wrappers, things like that, or just any other cigars that are more mellow, I would definitely say jump in right away. But for this one, I would say really develop your palate more, so then you'll be able to appreciate the tobaccos being used in all these cigars.
Yeah, they're excellent smokes.
So you've smoked the Alma Forte a handful of times, you'd say?
Yeah, I smoked every size of it. So that they have a hexagon size. This is the Robusto, and I've smoked the Salomon.
What would you say is your favorite time of day or favorite activity to do while you're smoking that?
I'd say it's great. You don't really want to bring these to the golf course in case you drop it, but I have smoked them on the golf course. You just want to make sure you have a cigar clip or something that makes sure that it stays intact the entire time. But it's also just a great cigar if you're hanging out, having some drinks with friends. It's the perfect cigar that pairs well with a nice bourbon or a whiskey. It's awesome.
I just retrohaled, and I don't know about you. When I retrohale, this is gonna sound weird, but when I retrohale, I taste the smell of grass. I know that sounds really weird. Yeah. I know that sounds odd, but I get that with a lot of cigars. Does that determine what tobaccos are being utilized, or maybe how the aging process? Like, what could you say about like why I taste that specifically? It's not going to be the same as you, but maybe is it just how my palate is?
Yeah, that's exactly the first thing I was gonna say. I mean, everyone has a different palate. Cigars are like food, they're like wine, they're like liquor. Everyone has the certain things that they like about them. So you may be picking up those notes from, those earthy, grassy notes from that. And it also could be, like you said, how the tobacco's cured, the different types of tobaccos that make up the filler that they use in it, and just different parts of the leaf of the tobacco plant.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always get that earthy note when I retrohale. So it has to be my palate for sure.
Yeah, it could be. And I mean, I'm not smoking the same cigar as you, but when I've had that, I believe I picked up some of those earthy, grassy notes as well. And not in a bad way by any means.
So one of my favorite Plasencias, before we wrap up, is like I said, the Alma del Fuego.
Yes.
That, when I first smoked it, that kicked my ass too.
Yeah.
But gradually, as I would be smoking that cigar, I felt like I started smoking that cigar a lot more when summer's kind of ending. So like mid-September into October, when it's a little cooler at night, I felt like I was able to handle that. I've smoked it, at countless bonfires with countless beers, and every different beer or every different situation I had that in, that was like one of my favorite cigars. I think it's my go-to cigar for the fall and the winter because it's so heavy.
Yep.
It's so
warm me up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a full-bodied. That one will definitely do the job for me. So for that particular one, if you guys enjoy bonfires, the fall time, doing fall activities, enjoying a Alma del Fuego will definitely get the job done.
Absolutely.
I can't talk. I'm so fried. Sorry.
So another follow-up to the Alma Fuerte line that they've recently released in the past couple years is the Alma Fuerte Colorado. I have not been able to get my hands on that one yet.
Do you know how long it's aged for? Like 5 to 10 years, maybe?
Yeah, I think about 5 to 10 years it's aged for a decent amount of time, and it's a great follow-up to the Alma Fuerte. I don't think it's as powerful as the original line, so it's a little better to for an intro smoker or a beginner smoker. But if you're able to get your hands on that, definitely pick it up from cigars.com.
Perfect. Thank you. This was a fun episode. Another small one. I got to smoke something for the first time, and it's really now opening up, I feel like.
And I don't
it's
feel...
definitely getting a little heavier.
Yeah.
You don't feel anything
I was going
to
say, now I've been smoking for a couple of years. This one, you don't see me sweating or, running for like a soda real quick right now. I don't need anything to help that nicotine sickness.
Yeah,
so.
No, this is good so far. So we appreciate you guys watching another episode of Embers and Insights. Please go on the website to check out the Beginner's Guide to Plasencia Cigars, where a lot more information is there. And please, in the comment section, write down if you have had a cigar from Plasencia. Write in the comments what's one of your favorite ones, and we'll chat about it. If there's one that we didn't mention, or if there's one that you think other beginners might like, please comment in the section below. But yeah, other than that, we'll be back again in probably a few weeks doing another episode for the podcast.
Yeah.
Until then, I'm Chris.
And I'm Bobby.
And thank you again for watching Embers and Insights.